Good morning, everyone. So something I wanted to bring up, and I see this more often than not, is those people who have, for business or for gamers, they have purchased a really high-end computer and are not utilizing it the way it should be. and and I bring this up because I'm going to show you this. If your computer, if you have a desktop, obviously, and this is more for the gamers, I can't tell you how many times I've seen gaming computers come in where they've got a solid state hard drive, which I've showed you before. Those are the smaller ones that are really fast and quick for gaming. And then they've got like a 1 terabyte data drive, and I look at the data drive and it's like blank. I see this in business laptops too, where a laptop can hold two hard drives and like the second drive is like blank. There's no information. It's like, do you know what this other drive is for? So I wanted to show this today. Now I've modified my virtual machine so it has two drives on it. So I'm going to show you here. We're going to open it up. And yes, it's running a little slow today because I need to reboot the computer. There we go. So this is my C drive. Almost everyone knows what a C drive is nowadays. That's where you store everything, right? No. If you have two drives in the system and it was custom built that way, or you have a high-end laptop that has two drives in there, there's a reason why that second drive is there. And most of the time, the second drive is called a data drive. What the data drive does is to store your data. So in the event this dies, you don't lose all of your data. Now, this doesn't apply to software. I want you to be aware of that. So if you've installed AutoCAD, obviously, you know, AutoCAD is going to install on the C drive, or if you've installed Adobe Lighthouse, I think it's what it's called, for photo editing, it's going to install on the C drive. Those are, you know, and if you have an SSD, you want those software packages installed on the SSD for the speed. That's why you have it there. But data, this is your files, this is your photos, this is your little movie clips, stuff that you're working on. You don't want them stored on the C drive because, as I've mentioned before, if an SSD dies, it dies. There's no data recovery for it. It is gone. So you always want to store your other files on your SSD or on your secondary drive. And please, for goodness sakes, let your second drive be a separate independent drive. I had a client come in a couple of weeks ago and they said that their C drive was dying. And yeah, it was. But, you know, I've got a data drive in there. So I need to make sure everything is safe off of that. And I got to looking at their hard drive, and what they had actually done was whoever, either they bought it that way, they did it themselves and didn't realize it, or whatever, but it was two partitions on the same physical drive. Yeah, no, don't do that. Because again, if a physical drive dies, a physical SSD drives, you'll lose everything. You want to have them on two physical drives. So in this particular case, like I said, I threw up just another temporary, and I'll delete this when I'm done with it because I can. This is a virtual machine, but this is like the equivalent of your data drive. And like I said, gamers will come in and they have all of their information on there, all of their mods and all of their data files and all of that stored on their C drive. And then when the C drive crashes, they wonder why they have to reload everything when they should have been splitting it. So let me show you a neat little trick. So these folders over here, we all know what these folders are. They used to be called library. They took the library out and now just left the folders. So I'm going to take this download folder, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to go into properties. This is going to give me the properties of that folder. See this location tab here? Click it. It's going to show you where it is currently being saved. Now, this is currently being saved on the C drive, but now I have a data drive. So basically, these folders here, you really, if you have a data drive, you really want to put them on the other computer or on the other drive, because if the physical drive, this SSD or this hard drive fails, you've not lost your files. And again, they need to be two separate hard drives. If you're not sure, give me a call. I can walk you through it and show you, or I might show you at the end of the video how to tell if they are two separate drives. So what you do is then if you see it's on your C drive and you want to move it to your E drive, you click move, and then you choose the drive you want to move it to. Okay. And then if you really wanted to, you can actually create subfolders here, but it's not necessary. You can just click move, and it's going to change it to E. Now, here's the thing. Don't screw this part up, because I've seen this happen before too. You have to click OK. It's going to say, are you sure you want to move this from the old location to the new? And then it's going to say, we recommend you take everything so the computer is up to date. You click yes. Ta-da! Now, if we look at that download folder, everything is there, right? But if you go and look at the location, where's my location at? There it is. It is no longer on my C drive. It's on my E drive. And let's go confirm that by looking at the E drive. There it is. So yeah, definitely use folders though. I just did this because it was really quick and easy to do. And then if you find out if you do screw this up, do it one folder at a time. But if you do screw this up, you can always go back in here into location and restore to defaults and apply, and it'll put it back. And take it all. Oh, it failed on me. Oops. But that's okay. But yeah, and that happens because I've taken it off of the C drive studio. See, there's no more download folder here. It was moved over to the other one. So if I had to recover it manually, I would just create a folder called downloads. And just manually move it. But yeah, that's the purpose of having a data drive, is to move your stuff over here. So if your primary hard drive fails, you don't lose your stuff. That's the whole purpose of it. So in this particular case, there's nothing here that I really need. This was just stuff I downloaded for creating the videos. But if you're going to do it yourself, make sure that, you're putting them in folders where they need to go. And let me move this all over, and I will show you once again. We're going to cut this and go into the correct folder. Downloads. Where'd it go? I know I created it. You all saw me do it. Destination already contains a folder. Do you still wish to merge it? No, just create me one. It's probably because there it is. That's why, because it's looking at that one. So, but yeah, that's, include in library. There we go. So you can always do it that way too. Not a bad idea, but yeah, if you have two hard drives, you really need to get them off of this folder and put into someplace else. So like documents, again, properties, location, we're going to move it. We're going to call it E:. We're going to go to the E drive. See how it's showing up here? We're going to do E drive, and we're going to call it documents. So we know it's separate. Create a folder. Folder name is not valid. Really? Why? Okay, so let's do it this way then. I hate when this shows me wrong. There we go. Now it says E: documents, and we click OK. It's going to say, do you wish to move? Yes, you're going to move it. There's your documents on your E drive. And if you click here, you would not know that they are actually not the same. In fact, let's go look in the studio. You'll see the documents folder is actually missing from here. And that's what you want. You don't want those, if you've got that data drive, you don't want those documents on your primary drive, because your primary drive takes the most abuse. And if it dies, then you've lost it all. I might be able to do a data recovery and get all of it, part of it, some of it, maybe a quarter of it. It just really depends on how it dies. But usually when an SSD dies, there's no amount of data recovery in the world that can get it back. At least not me. I can do level 1 and level 2s, but level 3s I can't do. In the level 3s, you're going to send it off to a clean room in probably like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and you're going to pay tons of money for it. So definitely, if you're going to do that, if you have a data drive, use it. Now, I wanted to show this about data drives. Before I forget, we're going to go into computer management. We're going to look at disk management. See how your C drive is on physical drive 0 and the E drive is on disk 1. That's what you want, is 2 separate drives. If you see C and E on the same physical drive, that's counterproductive, because if the physical drive dies, you've lost everything. So I thought I would bring that up. I see this way too many times, like I said, on high-end laptops for businesses, or I see it on gaming computers where they're storing everything on their C drive because they don't know. And so I thought I would bring this up. Like I said, even then, I can move them. As you can see, it can be done. And it's seamless, which is what you want, is a seamless transaction that you don't want to see it, and so it doesn't confuse you. But yeah, once you move it, sometimes you can move it back. Let's see if we can restore it this time. And let's see if it actually restored this time. I probably screwed it up the first time. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, definitely put them folders inside of the location, and then if you had to restore it back, you could. So yep, I thought I would bring that up. It's nice to see tech screw up every once in a while, because then we're not perfect. I never claimed to be. I'm just a little bit more knowledgeable than you are. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like people who are more knowledgeable, like mechanics, are more knowledgeable about my car. That's why I pay them to fix my car, or fix the wiring in the shop, or change my lights, because, yeah, the lights I can change, but I need to change I need to switch over to LEDs, and that's going to a little bit above my pay grade when it comes to electricity. So, but yeah, that's how you do that. If you've got a data drive, please use it. You've paid the money for it. If you've got one of those expensive laptops and you've got 2 hard drives in it, or if you've got a gaming computer where you've got a data drive in it, use it. You've paid for it, use it. It's be like, using 3 out of the 4 tires on your car. Yeah, so that was my thought for today. If you need help, give me a call. There's the phone number down here, or send me a text. You can always find us on Facebook too. I can, if you can Facebook message me through the business page, I can always answer those questions too. Like and share like and share across all the social media pages, please, because it greatly helps. Subscribe if you can. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.